Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to part 30 of our tutorial series on Total War 3 Kingdoms featuring Cao Cao. And we pick things back up from Winter Season of 199 on turn 48. So last part, we mainly pieced out with many of our warring neighbors, and we also boosted Luo Jun into the faction leader role, much to our dismay because we wanted to grab him, but unfortunately we killed Lady Yan and he was heir, so now he's faction leader. And we can say goodbye to all his gold items and silver items and the brilliant officer that he is, unless some other faction wipes him out. That's a possibility, not ruling that out. And looking forward, what we're going to try to do is continue to expand. We ended a trade deal with Tong Yurui, who is the wife of the late Kong Zhou. A very small faction. They only own a farmland county, very easy to wipe out. The only thing that will happen if we declare war on them right now, which if we do, first you see everyone hates us, and also because we just canceled a deal with them, we'll gain 4 points of untrustworthiness. Now the good thing about this is this number will continue to decline turn by turn whether we wait it out, as in we declare war 4 turns later where we don't get this penalty, or we declare war now and this number will work its way down to 0 over the duration of the 4 turns. So there's not a big punish for us to declare war at a time that we feel like fits our need. The only other thing we have to worry about is how everyone else will feel about this. Now, everyone hates this deal, is part of the same alliance or coalition, I think. I don't know if they're actually in a coalition or alliance. I think they're just allies. I could be wrong. Oh, they're... I think it's not a military alliance. I think it's actually just a coalition. That's what I mean to say. So it's not a big deal. They wouldn't all join in on the war. There wouldn't be any alliance war involved. I believe the only alliance on the map is Liu Bei, and someone else. Who else did they include? They included someone. Huh. I could have sworn they entered into alliance. And Dongmin. Oh, Liu Bei left that one. Liu Bei didn't join. So Liu Dai and Dongmin are in alliance. Liu Bei stayed out of it. Smart man. And he doesn't have any allies. But he really likes us. Or it's going down, but it's going to continue to go down as we rank up. As we become stronger, as his more powerful neighbor, he's going to feel uneasy about us. We're going to have to find some clever ways to boost our relationship. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be involving us setting him up with wars. He's at war with Liu Zhang? Oh, that is amazing. Liu Zhang's in Shu. Now obviously this is slightly historical, but how did they even meet? Liu Zhang's over here. Very interesting indeed. But we don't have to worry about that. But if we proxy war him, which we can do after one more turn with some other faction, and then we join in the war with that faction, we can build, points with him. That's a very easy way. He's also cheating on his trade deals. He has one more than he should have. That is very odd. The only way I can think this is possible is if he had an heir that had a skill that increased a trade agreement slot and then he removed that heir, then you could technically go over. But this just looks fishy. Anyways, we don't have to worry about him so much. I am just worried about myself because I'm worried about our economy. Now it looks pretty healthy, 4.5k a turn, but my grade on the economy is, do I have enough money to build every building I want? Do I have enough money to get as many spies as I want? And clearly the answer right now in my mind is no. We don't have enough money. We often have to give up on building some buildings, and then we don't have enough money to grab all the turncoats we want, which we could just take a look at right now. Let's see. So someone did mention that Jiaxu is a great ticket into Lu Bu. I tend to disagree here. I tend to not invest anything on getting Lu Bu. All you really have to do to get Lu Bu is just wait till he leaves by himself. Dongmin is currently keeping him happy. I don't really think Lu Bu is that strong. in the game. I mean, obviously his entire set items is amazing, but just to keep him happy, you have to give him a council position, and he's tends to be on the older side in terms of age. It's just not that great. And Jiaxu is a free character that will join us once we become Duke, which will happen shortly. So I don't want to invest in him. Liu Bei. See, Liu Bei's character I'm kind of curious about. I want to perhaps invest in some to try to steal some of his characters. They tend to do very well with managing their character satisfaction. Sun Ce is probably the one who struggles a little bit. He does have... does he have J Seal boost satisfaction only by the authority amount, I believe? Which doesn't really do much. But because the faction leader is not an authority character, it tends to punish them a little bit. But we're kind of poor, like I mentioned, so we're not going to invest in any of them right now. We do have some new characters. Wen Jiemeng, nothing special. This is a generic character with nothing standing out on the traits, unless they have, you know, wonderful items, which is also a negative. We're just going to pass on that. We're going to redeploy our forces because we do intend to attack Tong Yurui here. And if we look on the map, there's a bridge here, and there's a bridge here. This one's probably easier to attack, given the distance, because over here the road doesn't actually lead towards them, it leads this way. So we want to get ourselves over here. That'll take 2 turns. We'll probably declare war on the 3rd turn to attack them. We'll get them to trail after. They will follow the main army from now on, providing the debuff of the burnt buff, or the burnt trait. And we're going to shuffle this army over here to respawn in case they get attacked, just having an army nearby. They're going to be guarding this frontier because I'm worried the next faction that will declare war on us is going to be Taoying. And aside from that, we have some character level up, hopefully not satisfaction issues. We just put in the assignment. So Guo Si is going to pick up flexibility. Reach and flexibility are often the greatest skills on a champion. He's eventually going to get a court position within our faction once we hit King. That way we can get the construction cost discount going on, but right now he's just going to chill on the bench. Hopefully he won't die of old age by that time. Yue Jin also ranked up. So let's see what we can do with Yue Jin. I am probably going to just grab Tenacity of Steel. Tenacity of Steel is just really strong. He should come out and lead an army. It's kind of wasting away being our assignment character, but we don't have a better one. We need more Sentinels, to be honest. Down south, no real threat. We are, you know, enjoying our peaceful turn, so let's just spend the money on investing for the future. Settlement upgrade incoming, assignment timed out, but it's not them, it's one of our food assignments, one of our agriculture development from the farmer. We'll see if we need any more farming upgrades. If not, Lady Mi can actually do some industrial exploitation. She can also get married. Taurian's kind of waiting. We'll save 2,000 for her if that's possible. See, we want to build all these to get corruption reduction going, given that it's quite high and one of the major reasons that our economy is not performing as well. That's the only building we need to build? Okay, over here. So we don't have enough to get... Oh, actually... Actually, this means this has to wait, and then we're going to pump this building up because this gives adjacency bonus for the corruption reduction, so it will affect Xiapi's corruption reduction, it will affect Huainan's corruption reduction, it will affect Guangling's corruption reduction. I actually don't think adjacencies go through rivers, so Danyang will be missed out, but Danyang has an administrator, so corruption's already super low. We don't have to worry too much about them. That also brings our cash total below 2,000 for the marriage, which is now off the table. Liu Bei is offering 5.9, which is quite high, but given that we don't have many foes around, and Liu Bei will be a natural expansion once we clear this faction here, you can see that outline, so we're going to keep them as an enemy. Yuan Shao is still pretty negative. We're going to have to fight a war with them. Not looking good, but alright, this is all we need to do. Let's continue. Alright, peace deal in the north. Oh, Taoying declaring war on Hanfu all the way in the north. Another peace deal. Gongsun Zan surviving here. Okay, so Gaogan, instead of becoming our vassal, became vassalized by Dongmin. Dongmin's actually doing quite well for himself. I'm surprised. I actually expect him to maybe become an emperor in the future, given the current state of the game. And because he became vassalized, your new vassal master is going to negotiate peace deal with everyone you're at war with, which is why we see so many deals. We finish upgrading one of the buildings, therefore we get this bonus active. Very helpful. We have industry income aplenty in Danyang, and we get the construction discount on all the time. Sun Ce has unfortunately died to his scripted event as well, so I expect Lady Wu to take over. Unfortunately for the Sun clan, Sun Jian and Sun Ce both have the scripted death. Now it's not 100%, so there is like a small chance where they won't fire, but fortunately for us, they both died this turn. And we didn't put in a... I realized we didn't put in a Simon character last turn. Overlooked that. We were talking about where we needed agricultural development, but it seems like we don't need agricultural development. It seems like we need to build state workshop everywhere. We might as well boost income. And the one place where we could use some more industry income boost is probably Huainan with 550. So Lady Mi will come here, and she has the industrial exploitation unlocked, which is probably the best thing we can have. 30% on 550, it's about 165, or 320 commerce. We're already getting boosted, so that's not going to be applied. Trying to see if they have any high commerce place, because the commerce boost is 75%. Oh, actually, then that's going to be better here, because surprisingly 75% of 260 is 130 plus 65, 195. So it's going to be actually higher than the industry boost, and we can just stick our burnt officer here because she's not currently going onto the field, and Lady Mi can be saved for something else. Yuan Huan leveled up again. He's our administrator. So there's not really anything that I need him to get. 25% building upkeep, maybe. But probably more resolve just for population growth, because right now it's plus 1k. If we add that, still plus 1k. A little sad. But is there anything else we can get that's better? I guess eventually getting expertise is good. We'll just take that. Oh, it's 2k. The stat wasn't applied yet until we hit apply. So that's a good increase. It's 1k extra per county. 3 counties in Kuaiji, so that's 3k population more per turn. We are also, once again, in the spring seasons, we get a new reform pick. We got that last time for the tier 4 rice garrison and grain garrison, which is nice. To get tier 5, we need a few other green reforms, but we're going to shift our attention back to the purple and blue because we do want this eventually, and getting extra trade routes along the way is obviously very helpful. And eventually we also want to go up this tree to get this for tier 5 copper mine. That's actually very important. And then 8% faction-wide corruption reduction, also very important. But here, let's just finish this. We're only 3 reforms away, and they're all pretty useful, starting with this one. Also unlocks a lot of tier 5 harbor upgrades. And we can put that trade agreement to good use right away. Oh, we have discovered Shixie because of the trade with Han Empire. So Han Empire capital is all the way over here, which gives us a little bit of vision in this area, which is why we're bumping into Shixie, who starts the game out over here. Worth quite a bit, not the most. The most would be actually going back to a trade with Kongzhou. Not interested. 0.8 in his favor. We can offer him 1 food. We have plenty of food to use in diplomacy. 1.5. We can probably offer him a bit more to get a little bit of payment out of him. Assuming he doesn't have items. He doesn't. Oh, his economy is pretty healthy, actually. Oh, actually, this maxed out. Maybe he saved up a lot of cash. That is actually true. So, let's see. It seems still to favor the per turn payment, so this is going away. I'm probably just going to ask for a lot less. 20. Maybe we can get a little bit more. Okay, maybe not. Yeah, 26 was actually the highest. Alright, we'll do it, just for the trade deal. That's a good extra 700 per turn. That's going to be very helpful. Liu Bei's numbers going up, but we also see his army peaking out, which is actually quite interesting. He has a very weak force here, which we met earlier over here. He's just stuck behind enemy lines. I'm gonna keep this army in the livestock garrison because everywhere else is pretty well equipped to deal with them, except for the livestock garrison. So we're gonna move this army in position. We'll declare war next turn and take this. 股市. This is the place where Zhang Fei was making a home for himself before he joined up once again with Liu Bei. Now I say once again. Oh wait, I just grabbed the wrong army. Well, they're gonna go back there. Don't worry, they can't reach us. I wanted to grab this army, but I misclicked. This side is fine. Oh, we see Guan Yu over here. Now, many people has been asking me about how to get the three brothers to join you. Very, very hard. They really like their brother. And the game is pretty much programmed into the brothers will never betray Liu Bei, so you're not going to see them as turncoat. They all have like dutiful and loyal as traits. Pretty much you have to get someone to wipe out Liu Bei for you, so they're wandering around factionless, and then maybe they'll join you. Definitely not a guarantee. Alright, speaking of turncoats, let's see if someone else might want to switch sides. Nope. No one really different. The one that was on Liu Bei's faction has disappeared. Maybe Liu Bei gave her a title or something. We got our trade deal. Nothing really crazy going on. We'll check diplomacy last. We'll once again enjoy this peaceful time. We have a new 5th building slot. We also have the tier 5 upgrades. There's a couple options here. Now this one's probably the most feasible for us right now, considering we don't have access to spice just yet. Even though if you take a look at these, here you get 200 income from commerce and 3 food and 75%. Over here you get actually 225 from commerce and then 50% and then 50% trade influence. So even if you don't have spice, I think this actually will end up being better for you, especially if you have a ton of multipliers for commerce, which in the case that we have Artisan Workshop, we do. And if we end up building Market Wharf, we're going to get more. So that's just a consideration, especially since we have 5 trade route, so the 5 trade influence is going to be helpful. Now the problem here is you need spice to build this, so you can get spice through a trade or through owning the county. I'm surprised that Shi Xie doesn't have spice, because we are trading with him and he usually occupies the spice holdings. So unfortunately he does not in this game apparently, so we can't build this. So this would be the best option, but I'm going to fill up one of these building slots first, and we have a few options here. So we mentioned Market Wharf because of the commerce boost. We have a little bit of commerce here. We have 170 plus 150 right now. This can go up to 200. So we're looking at about 370, and this can boost commerce all the way up to about 150. So that's an extra, 500 plus income in the future. Or, given the fact that we have tons of industry here, right now it says 1,000, it can max out to about 1,500. We can also go with something like a military forge, which will give us less, obviously, but in the future can give us items as well. So 20% boost here, that comes out to about 300 per turn, a little bit less for sure. Or if you want a good mix, you can even build administrative office here. This, well, you can eventually build a palace here for massive amount of peasantry income. You can only build this version of the building once. Or you can go for something that provides income to all sources plus corruption reduction, which obviously is pretty great, but requires a bit of reform investment. 15% income from all sources is definitely not shabby, but I think in the end here, I think we go for the Market Wharf, just for the quick boost right now. Trade influence plus commerce income. Alright, moving on. We are trying to spend money on our corruption reduction, which we mentioned many times, and that has pushed us. So it dropped us enough so that we can't build this, which is fine. This deserves the upgrade too, but we don't have access to that. Alright, so we have 3,000 to spare. No characters to grab. Quick look in diplomacy. It's pretty much the same stuff. Non-aggression pact with the High Empire. I could sign this actually. I'm down to get money from whatever source is possible. They probably have a lot of cash saved up. Yeah, the High Empire like never spend their money on anything, but they tend to be a bit stingy. Maybe we can get 1,000. Probably 1,000 actually. Oh, more than 1,000. Wonderful. Oh, but not that much more. Okay, we'll take it. It's honestly a free deal. I don't want to really fight Dongmin anytime soon, so that's gonna have to do it. Now we can get that marriage done. It's not an improvement over anything. The only advantage of this marriage is if you put Cao Ren and Lady Mi in the same army, they have the family boost. That's the only thing you'll get here, aside from a good feeling for your cousin to marry Lady Mi. We're going to do marry here. Arranged marriage is to seek a random spouse. A random character will be generated. Marriage is between your court. Oh, they happen to like each other. Extra bonus. And they're married. That's it. 2,000 investment down the drain. We have one more turn here. If we just take a quick look. This is easy to do. This is impossible to do, and I'm not interested in doing that. So what we're going to end up doing is shuffle the character next turn to get the faction council mission finished and then get new ones right after and also start a war. So, lots to do. Let's continue. And somehow Gongsun Zan decides to declare war on us. They're all the way over here. Now, they could make a naval invasion, of course, but given that we have vision on the entire sea route because of trade deals and the fact that our closest naval position that's vulnerable is down here, and he's all the way up there, I'm not too scared. Alrighty, we got a war declaration. This reminds me of something. I made a mistake. I forgot two things last turn. One, Sun Ce just died, so all his items should be in the inventory. I should try to make a trade deal for them. And two, we had enough points to get a proxy war last turn, which we failed to do, which means we grew a little bit less than we should. Not a big deal, but still an interesting situation. Ooh, lots of characters, including Liu Fan with an interesting armor. This is definitely a silver tier armor, if not bronze maybe, but definitely an armor. It's not a generic look, even though he is a generic character. So let's pop in here and take a look at these characters. Starting with her, she's the first one, generic silver armor, bronze bow. Alright, not too high on their items. Even the silver red armor, I mean, it's great for diplomacy, so it's definitely worth 1,000 if you have the spare 1,000, which I don't know if I do. Alright, they're clearly moving into our vulnerable position. We're just going to put the general here, and then as long as we can deal with their generals, the units can't match our unit. And we're going to declare this war despite the fact that we are not done with the untrustworthiness debuff. Let's just do other things first before we get to that. So our brilliant officer, because she's on assignment, ranked up. Flaming shot first, even before reach. And let's see, that's the only thing we need to do with characters. Unless we have active spies or turncoats. Alright, Liu Bei's character is back. I don't know if I want to invest on this. I guess we could. Just take a peek. It doesn't hurt. I mean, it hurts our economy, but that's about it. Oh, he has Gao Shun. He has Kong Rong because he confederated. Death of a friend? Guan Yu, don't tell me that Zhang Fei's dead. Zhang Fei's gone. Oh no, Liu Bei, what did you do? You got Zhang Fei killed. Lu Meng's also in his faction. Yeah, they don't have anyone that we can steal. I mean, Lu Meng, sure, we can steal him. He's not too hard to steal. Chun Yuqiong is also kind of unique. I mean, Cao Cao historically killed him, but I mean, we can't steal Gao Shun too high of points. We can't steal Kong Rong. We can't steal Guan Yu. But it's interesting to know that Zhang Fei is dead. Alright, we're going to first switch the points, because she's gaining 20 points of cover per turn, but only 2 points of under network cost. Plus 2 is his defense for cover. This doesn't mean he has no defense for undercover network cost, it just means there's no cost, so the defense doesn't kick in. We'll find out if there is a cost when we do an action that actually uses undercover network cost. I might actually do it again because we have so much cover and it's gaining so fast that we should probably, or we just straight up steal a character this turn. Ah, it's not allowing us. Some characters don't allow you to do anything to them. Which means what we have to do with Liu Bei is probably just get a faction-wide discredit on the character that's willing, and everyone will drop 10 and he'll be at 26, which might make him want to turn on the faction. That's a possibility. Jian Yong is heir? My gosh. What a disaster. He adopted Jian Yong. Okay, yeah, that's what I was worried about, that she can't do much. I mean, she is in the army, so there's stuff we can do there. Alright, I'm going to do it again, just to save up points. And this way we're closer to getting Discredit Faction 2 turns away. Alright, just keeping an eye out on Liu Bei's faction. That spent a little bit of our cash. Now let's do the buildings, and then we're going to go to war. Over here, this one takes too long. I'm gonna go with this first for more immediate financial gains. Corruption reduction first, even before the empty building slot. Same idea here, although this eventually need to go to a small city before this can be upgraded. Right, because there's no point to build this if we can't get this building. Requires a small city. Alright, so we're still pretty far away from that. Let's pop this in quickly. Actually, let's build this, and we can shift Yuan Huan over here because there's a bunch of green building that needs to be upgraded. So, let's pop him here. That finishes one of the missions, and then we'll flop him into Northern Jian next turn because Kuaiji is mostly finished developing, and then we can get new missions. This one's aborted because I'm not doing it. We get new ones, another settlement upgrade, which will finish pretty quickly. Alliance with Liu Dai, not interested. Confucian Temple. Okay, so we can build a temple and then demolish it. 2 missions on Confucian Temple. Okay, we'll do both. We do one and both will be done, so it's more incentive to build that. Alright, that's actually a pretty easy mission to finish. We don't have money anymore, which is totally okay. Let's get money. Let's get money by attacking. Hello! Oh, proxy war. Oh, if we want to get out of the... but we're not going to invest the proxy war on her. We'll get the... Hold on, before we get the diplomatic untrustworthiness, let's get our proxy war done. So we don't have the untrustworthiness weighing down on us when we're trying to do something. Now, who would Liu Bei want to fight? And who would we want to fight too? I guess He Yi would be a good candidate. Everyone hates yellow turbans. We're about to meet them as we expand this way, and we can build a relationship with him through them. Huge points here, right? So wonderful. Is Zhang Fei's weapon? Nah, he gave it to someone else. Zhang Fei's not alive anymore. I'm a little sad. We can ask for land and then trade the land back to him in the future. Not a bad idea. So let's see. We can take the iron mine, which is pretty defensible. The lumberyard is also pretty defensible, to be honest. I'm a pretty big fan of lumberyards, to be honest. Let's see how much he values it. Oh, only 19.6? Okay, that is totally reasonable because we're not going to get that much money from... hold on. If we can vassalize him using these points... Look at this. Alright, we have something here. Okay, so 11.5 is optimum here. We have plenty of items saved up. Now I'm still going to give him the ones that I don't really want. Spy Master I'm kind of afraid to give to him because we're actually performing spy actions on his faction. These are only worth 1 point. The bow we don't really care for. The horse I don't really care for. I actually like these. Alright, he can take the axe. and then just take a authority item. All right, we're gonna get rid of one of these. Reduce the food, give him 1 point for free, and Liu Bei is gonna be our vassal. Now, what's the advantage of this? Obviously, we can annex him and take all his, well, most of his characters, not all of his characters. Many will leave. Many would not want to be confederated, and we'll definitely get Liu Bei, and we'll definitely get his family member, which right now apparently is Jian Yong. Now, we will gain some. There's a chance to gain grudge because we would, quote unquote, end his faction. But I still think this is a great move because Liu Bei's personality is pretty willing. You can see the first one, dependent, very willing to become a vassal of a strong faction, but may still turn against a weak master, admires power, like large or aggressive factions, which means he will stay pretty, passive with us, being our vassal. And then if you look at honorable, honors treaties, will not commit treasonous acts, much more willing to sign deals with respectful leaders in diplomacy, harder to bribe in diplomacy, make diplomatic decisions based on exclusively on diplomatic attributes. So regardless of all that detail, it just means he's not going to backstab us. So let's do it. What? Oh, right. I got scared for a second. I forgot this is a proxy war. So he joins in a war with He Yi, but then immediately, because we annexed them, we have to mediate the peace between him and He Yi. So we basically used the proxy deal for 28.9 worth of diplomatic point. Very worth in my book. And He Yi respect that our mediation, so that's a peace. We also have to mediate peace with Liu Zhang all the way over here. I don't care if they say yes or no. Oh, they said yes. Good. Now Liu Bei is our vassal. That went well. Saving up points for proxy wars definitely helped us out there. Huge amount of diplomatic value. So, we can annex them anytime we want. Now, the sooner it is between the original annex and the original vassalization and annex is going to cause more diplomatic issues, not faction-wide, globally. They will view us worse because we annexed right after we vassalized, but at least we have that option. And sometimes when you're strong enough, you don't really care about what other factions think. Alright, now we made that deal. We can just go to war. We don't care about this -1, not going to impact any deal because we're already done with our deal. And this -1 will stay with us for 2 more turns until we get rid of it. It'll bounce back to 0. So, no big deal. He is asking his... This is alliance then. Okay, he's asking the allies to come to aid her. So this is actually a good way to get those factions who have deals with us to tore up the deal to attack us. Let's see if they actually joined. So Cao Ying joined, Luo Jun joined. Yuan Shao was ready at war with us. So we are going to get busy. This actually might work out pretty nicely for us. So this army is ready in place to wipe out Cao Ying's main force and then attack over here. We'll gain access to both. And Luo Jun, we're ready to fight them anytime. Over here, we're just gonna step in. Let's pop them just into the county for the bonus. They have no army here? There's just gonna be a delegate win here? Feels like it. Yeah, they have no army. This is just a garrison. We're still gonna lose like 100-something men because of how the game math works. But it's okay. We could have fought that and had 0 casualties, but our replenishment is so high that we don't really care about that. Now we have a choice post-capture. This is just a random event. All these are good. Depends on what you want to do. So in this case, I want to just get this army to increase replenishment by 15%. It's overkill. We really don't need it. Maybe public order is even better. Because this is for the whole commandery of Huainan. And I believe it's pretty negative right now. So let's do that. Because replenishment is already quite high and it caps off at 50%. So if we look at our army, right, we're already capped. We're already over capped. We're at 50% max. We're over 50 if you do the math, but we can only get 50. Now, what's the point of increasing any more now that we have 50? Well, if you have Imperial units in the future, there's a replenishment debuff on those units. I think they're minus like 65% or something like that. Maybe a little bit less, 35%? I forgot. But in that case, if we have like 85% replenishment, then they will be maxed out at 50. The minus 35 will be applied to the 85, and then we'll still have 50. And that'll make them function like regular units, which makes them really strong. And Cao Cao can utilize Imperial units very, very well. So now we are now faced with more enemies. Liu Bei right here, we can take that. Huang Zu, his vassal, holds that. Okay, and Chen, we can take it back as well. We have many options here. We're going to have them tag along. This army is going to get busy too. Crushing defeat, right? AI is really good with those jokes. Let's fight this. Night battle is great for reducing enemy morale. Is there anyone we want to save? No, Taoying faction leader, worthless. He's going to get killed because it's a garrison wipe, no resiliency, so he's automatically going to die. Same as her, but they're going to get a new faction leader very soon. So let's start battle. Alrighty, so we're loaded in here, and this is a pretty interesting layout. You see these rock formations outside? That means the walls are indestructible here, and also you can't march units through them. So we're going to abandon this attack point. It's also a high-level city. You can tell by the towers. These are double-stacked towers, so they get actually 2 arrows, coming out. They're stronger because this, I believe, is a level 7 small regional city. Very impressive. We're going to attack from a flatter side. We mentioned this many times. Why? We don't want these 270-degree towers hitting us from the inside, including here. You see that bend? That little small bend right here in the wall makes this tower so much more deadlier because it has the ability to attack the inside. So most likely, well, there's tons of towers inside. This is an impressive town for real. Huh. I think this might be the best place to attack. This is not that great over here. Well, definitely this wall. Debating between this side or this side. Probably this side, just because there's less trees blocking our trebuchets. So we're going to attack from here. So let's move everyone over. Now, we could also spread them out, of course. But I think we're okay with just focusing down the enemy near the gate and winning this a little bit faster than what it would take. We could spread their defense out using some of our cavalry, which might not get utilized that well here. We also don't outrange anyone here, nor do we have a really good arrow absorber in this army. No melee cavalry. So there's definitely some weaknesses here. Alright, we'll try to play to our strength. We have level 9 trebuchets, which means we should be able to burn these down pretty quickly. It's dry season, so fire spreads really easily. That's why I'm only having one of them fire at each of the targets. I don't want to waste shots. So only one made contact, but only one made contact, 33%. See, that one's great. If I had to fire on that again, I'm going to switch the other one on this, and that will just burn out by itself. As you can see, fire over 50% means the attack will just keep ticking up. Yeah, where was that hit earlier? Trying to conserve ammo, of course. And burning down the town is actually a pretty good choice given it's dry weather. Where's the shot? Fire, please. Hold on. These two are off sync. This one's really off sync. Fire, and I'll stop it. Stop. I don't want this one to fire. That way it's one set of ammo instead of 2 sets. Yeah, it's over 50. It'll burn itself out. So that went well. Round 1. All the necessary hits are done. We're going to pop a hole in the wall. That's our next step. Let's see. How much overlap do we have here? Okay, so we have this entire wall to work with. We're going to pop this open. %. Okay. We're gonna pop this entire piece open. Let's do this on a little bit faster speed. And once the walls are open, we can look for duels, because now you can actually reach them. They don't want to duel. A bit unfortunate. It'd be an easy way to kill the general. Alright, we're just gonna crack a few more walls open real quick. gonna pop this open. Ooh, the fire is spreading through the barricade. Wonderful. Look at that. Fire damage tick up, go higher. No, it's gonna stop here. Okay, never mind. It spread over 50, so that's gonna spread. I'm gonna pop this open as well. Just giving us more options when our cavalry do charge in. So I feel like the barricade actually helped us there. As it's gonna spread here, and it's gonna spread here. Oh, there's a moat. Alright, switching to fire ammo, we're gonna burn the rest of the town down. Let's see, how do we want to spread it? We want to spread it here. And then that's gonna spread to that tower there. One shot is good enough. We're gonna spread it through here. And this is also going to burn that tower down. Three more shots. Okay, plenty of fire going to light it up here. Perfect. This side has burned out. Huh. Surprised that it burned out, but maybe we can start it up again. We can move up a little bit to do so. We're not going to utilize these to kill the units inside, which might be something that comes back to bug us, but I'd rather get some fire started here. The morale damage itself is worth it. Alright, it's starting over here again. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. Oh, the fire self-contained over here. We can't have that. I have 7 more shots here to play around with. Alright, that unit's done. Now I don't know where to actually burn. Everything seems to have burned out. We're gonna move them back. Now we can't absorb any enemy fire. They have way too much ammo and we don't have any troop that could sustain it efficiently. I mean, we could do... This is 70% range block chance. It's not that great. 100% means we just won't get shot. These boys have 45, also not great. And we don't outrange anyone with these. So, we're gonna have to play around with some different tactic here. He doesn't want a duel. Okay. Alright, the tactic's gonna be we're gonna kill their archers with our rocks. Oh, that's a terrible miss. The angle on this bastion protecting them is actually pretty good. Oh, but if they move back, give us a little bit more space to hit them. Actually, I don't think that's gonna work. Don't fire. I don't have the desired fire on that side. Hold on, I'm gonna move like right there. I'm gonna check the morale. How much settlement damage? Only -5. That's not high enough. We have a bunch of fire archers. I'm trying to think of ways to beat them down without actually having to run inside. And taking out their morale is definitely a good way. I want to burn this section of the town, and maybe this section if we can reach, and obviously over here if we can reach. Very ambitious. Well, it's still burning. Not burning, but just not burning fast enough, I guess. There's still fire here. Yeah, it is still spreading. It's my desire to take less casualty. It's stalling us a little bit. Let me finish burning stuff first. I think that's going to be key to reducing casualties here. See, that's 53%. That should be burning. But it's not. So we're going to add a little bit of fire here. Oh. Didn't intend them to get shot, but if they are going to get shot, that's okay. Let's see how much damage they will actually take from these archers. Alright, now that's burning. Man, if I want them to reach all the way over here, I need to get rid of this. But maybe one shot is enough. While they're doing their thing, I guess it's not that bad. 70%, 47% armor against archers. Alright, let's go take a shower. Is it burning? Oh, we missed. We whiffed. You guys serious? There we go, there we go. Okay. Now we're gonna walk up here. Alright, now we're just taking damage. We have a bow. Let's go shoot him. You need to turn off melee if you want to use your bow. You don't have to turn on fire well, but if you have melee on, if you right click, it's just gonna be a melee attack. We're gonna use up our bow just to hit him. It's gonna tickle a little bit, it's not that much damage. I want to burn the rest of the town. Alright, we're here taking damage. This is going to be our damage dealers here. And we're going to get them closer. Let's see if we can run him in and do some damage. We don't have anything really vulnerable that's not protected. Look how many spear guards. It's placed really, really well. But you know, we can really mess them up by charging towards the city center. But obviously we run the risk of everyone freaking out and charging at us. Charge! Charge! The barricade should have burned down, so we should be able to charge through. Yep. Now there's a bunch of towers inside, so we're gonna get shot quite a bit going over here. But all we have to do is take out that unit and capture the center. Everyone's gonna pull back. They're gonna freak out that we're inside. Oh, the general's going back. Okay. We shot him a couple times. That's our faction leader too. Alright boys, are you guys getting there? Wow, they're slow. I mean, we kind of already knew that, but just getting confirmation. Oh, we're getting run down. Oh, we do not want to be run down next to a tower. That is definitely not great. Might as well fight it out. Not over there. At least we're getting them to really mess up their unit deployment. All the formations are gone. I don't want to get dismounted. We'll try to bypass them and just hit some archers. They moved their cavalry up. Actually, why don't we charge now? I feel like they are in a mess right now. Let's go, boys. Come with you. I feel like there's an opening right here. If we could mess them up a little bit more, where all the spear come over here towards Dianwei. Alright, we can do it. We can do it, guys. I'm not going to click until we get close enough. And then we're going to click. And then we're going to boost everyone once they come into range. You can see them coming into range with the highlights. And everyone gets boosted. And we just take them. Because they're facing the wrong way. They're trying to fight Dianwei. Just a complete distraction here. As we have taken the city. Formations loose. Come inside. Archers. Fire arrows. Walk up. Oh, they have archers on the walls. Oh well. Can't win a war without taking casualties. Let's kill the general, the faction leader, with our cavalry. Yeah, we can join this group. The archers are on the walls to actually stop firing. This is really interesting. I want to move everyone inside first. There's a couple interesting decisions to be made. This didn't burn down, but it doesn't matter. We'll move our spear guards in, and they will be in turtle formation. Getting shot by those guys are really annoying. Alright, they're facing the right way, so we're gonna have to charge at the melee cavalry. Turtle up. Move them back. Try to take towers. That's what they're good at. Turtle formation. Walk into tower range. Take no damage. Alright, the goal is to get behind their spear to kill their range. And our range need to get inside and then fire well. Oh, they're stuck on this side. Unfortunate. Burn it down. Why did they move up? Why can't just fire? Oh my god. I think he routed and now it's coming back. Oh, poor guys. These guys are going to get ruined. Alright, anyways, we don't have time to worry about them. I know we don't usually charge spear guards, but they're kind of occupying us right here. And I don't think they're braced. So, we're just going to get through them to reach this group. It's kind of like Hammer and Envoy, but a little bit modified, of course. You can't have it perfect every time. Keep charging, fire arrows dumping damage. Alright, go fight them. Formation clearly is not working right now. Our trebuchet got routed. Sorry guys. Well, he got routed too, but yep, that was... He shot him with some arrows. Good for him. Alright, clean up some of these units so they don't actually turn back and get us. Alright, let's go. We're going to take some arrow damage. It's not going to be a clean fight. It's already not a clean fight. They can beat a spear or G infantry captain. Alright, don't fire randomly. Go take out the towers. Alright, they're in turtle. They're never going to reach the towers in time. We're just going to take casualties. We're going to lead the charge. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Hold on. They're braced, they're braced. Stop, 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 stop. Then we pop the brace. And then charge again. Don't want to take massive charge reflect damage. There we go. The tower is very annoying. Go capture it for us. Oh, there's two of them. It's even more annoying. Alright, we actually killed everyone. That charge cleaned it up. Except for this guy, but he's done. I'm not going to waste time capturing. We're going to just zoom in here and then zoom this way. Go, guys, go. Alright, they won. Now they're firing behind because some units are recovering. You can just chill here. Are you both in turtle? Yes, they're both in turtle. Doesn't matter. They're too slow. We just want to take this. Let's just charge. I think they're pretty tired. Yeah, everyone's fatigued from charging so much. But there's no choice here. Hit those on the wall. Yeah, why don't you spread yourself over here? Capture both of those. Oh, they're stuck here on some unit. There's like a couple empty enemy units who still haven't routed yet. And they're still fighting. Alright, we're just gonna give a couple more hard commands to get them going. Stop fighting them, ignore them. You're standing on tower range, it's not wise. Wait, did he get knocked off his horse? Dian Wei did. Okay, Dian Wei, how about you capture this then? Alright, he finished killing. Is he stuck? No, he's moving. Come on. You just keep bumping to this guy. Stop fighting him. He doesn't matter. Oh my god. He's a routed unit. Just pull away. There we go. Alright, we made it. We made it. Our elite tiger and leopards are finally here. We're fatigued. But we made it. And we're very wounded. Yeah, that's definitely not a very strong charge. But it's okay. They're leading their men back as well. Alright, they're done firing. Yeah, Turtle's not going to take any damage. Oh, we won. Wonderful. They all routed. Alrighty, so we captured that. We took quite a beating. We don't have a nice unit to absorb enemy arrows, and we had to kind of charge our cavalry in. But it didn't go too poorly. Not that bad. We'll occupy. So Lady Gun now takes over, giving it back to Mom. Well, the faction is going to get destroyed soon. Let's see what they built. They have a inn building. Not terrible. They have a marketplace to boost it. Not my favorite. It's usually very awkward when you capture a small regional city in a settlement like this where we don't want to develop. So the first instinct I have is I want to downgrade it. But the advantage of a small regional city is the access to tier 5 buildings, which we don't have the reform for, so we have to wait a long time. So I'm still tempted to just downgrade it. We're going to downgrade, we're going to get rid of this building here. We need corruption reduction instead of that, and it's going to be food production with the trade port, or the fishing port. I don't even know if I want to keep this. The only advantage is they already built it, so it's a decent amount of income just sitting here. I mean, by itself it's worth 280 per turn, but we can just go utility here. We don't need that much money from this commandery. Alright, we'll save it for a couple of turns because I need to build something here next turn. Okay, let's just do that. We'll get the money back from downgrading all these settlements ourselves. The refund will help us out. The good news is, because we have such high replenishment due to our rice paddies down south, we're going to be ready in about a turn or two. Yeah, pretty much a turn. These will get 15 units back, so it'll be at 27, pretty much full health. And we'll have to spend a turn walking our own territory, which means we'll have one more turn to heal before wiping them out. And looking forward to other places. We have, I mean, we made some money fighting, so if there was some sort of construction that we couldn't do before, we can do it now. I'm expecting a lot more, actually only one more Tao Qian character. Because death of a leader, switching faction leaders obviously will hurt. They have no heir right now, so that's one less set of satisfaction boost. But they might also have very few characters. Liu Bei is interesting too, because we could annex them. But my argument is annexing is really bad, because you lose most of the roster, you have to utilize that entire land, and corruption reduction is obviously a big issue right now. We haven't controlled that yet. And also, we won't get all his characters. Many will leave. Most will leave. I'm not even sure if we'll get Guan Yu. If I know I can get Guan Yu and Liu Bei, then I will do it. I know I can get Liu Bei, but I don't know if I get Guan Yu, so I'll wait. If there's any way I can use the spy to degrade some of the character relationship first and get those characters that way, we'll do that first before we try to annex the faction. They're not going to run away from us, so I have no fear of that. And I think we're good to go. Let's see what else is happening over here. We're waiting to shuffle next turn, so that's why it's 2. Okay, not a big deal then. Diplomatically... Oh, everyone don't want to fight us anymore. They got dragged into this war, remember? They didn't want to fight it because their ally, who is no longer... I mean, they're still on the map because they have an army somewhere, but they have no more land. We're wiping... I don't know if I want to fight Luo Jun for a couple of reasons. One, I don't really want to be his enemy in case we can, in the future, perhaps annex him as well or vassalize him. And I don't want to split my armies because we're busy in 2 fronts. This would be a 3rd front. Although I would like to take that... I like to take that farmland back. How much is the trade value? Way too high. I guess we'll fight them. Yeah, I guess we will fight them. I expect a full army to pop over maybe like next turn. We might be recruiting another army. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm going to swing this army north because I don't think Liu Bei has a full stack. He might, but I'm going to take this back and then peace out with them and then turn our attention back on Liu Bei. It would just be like zip up, zip down. So let's continue. Liu Bei want us to guarantee their autonomy, as in we will never annex them. Well, we still can, we'll just get hit with a bigger diplomatic untrustworthiness. I'm not even going to agree to this. He can't do anything about it. Alright, Yuan Shao signed a peace deal with Zhang Yang. Oh, attacking Yuan Shu. Oh, interesting. He declared war on us, the vassal, and then he liberated him because he doesn't want to defend him, but even though he's ready at war with us. That's a really weird AI mechanic. New trait, doesn't matter. That army we expected showed up. They have a siege weapon, which is bad news because we have to kind of defend here now. Oh, this is rough. Really good items that we want. None of the generals I care much about. What we're gonna do... Well, first we're gonna peek. We're just gonna march in. We're full health. I don't think we need help taking this. So this debuff army have to make its way back in this county. I don't know how, because it doesn't look like we have enough movement to do so. Even on march. Right. So we can't go save them. We can do the administrator trick right now because Yuan Huan is currently not administrator, so we could throw in someone with a big stack. Right? We can take a look at who has like the biggest military retinue on themselves right now. No, not him, but like we can take a look to see if anyone has a... I think Guosi is still probably the one. That's what we used him for last time. Oh, he's on assignment. He's not available. Oh no. Wait, see? Oh, he's here. Oh, we can still put him here. We can shuffle him over. And that means we'll get that whole stack here. Alright, let's use this again. In Chen. This will provide a better boost for us. And we should have an increased retinue. Yep. Okay, that's not bad. Gonna shift them to reinforce as well. Better quality generals. We can give her a bow. She has decent enough cunning to utilize the ammo on it. And we can probably defend against that now, considering they're not a full health army. I would still like this guy to help out, but it seems like he can't make it back, so I guess we might as well stay with this army. Don't really care about what Liu Bei's doing. Guan Yu's coming down. Oh, they have 2 stacks here. Interesting. Don't really care. We'll heal up in our own territory before moving on. Alright, that's all the armies. Let's take a look at buildings. There's something we should have done. We could have converted this to a garrison version, which probably is a good idea. So it'll be a defensive structure, gives the entire commandery better replenishment. It will cost us more, 60 upkeep versus 70, and it will produce less food, but given we have so much food, I think it's a worthy conversion here. We have 12k. Our economy is popping, mainly because of the extra trade we've been getting, I believe. That's the main difference. And obviously some of the corruption reducing buildings are coming online. We're improving some of these buildings everywhere as well, so all those factors combined is helping us out. So waiting on this. No need to get rid of that until that is finished. We can downgrade one more time because city is still 4 build. Large city brings us nothing really. Alright, just a quick checkup of turncoat situations. Mi Feng want to join the sister and the brother here in our faction. We could unite the Mi clan, but Mi Feng, he has a good armor right now. That's the only thing I can tell by the look. Maybe we know more if we click on him. We have no visibility, but this armor is definitely not a generic one. His retinue is he's a chancellor. Okay. I mean, we did say we want more sentinels. I guess we can unite the Mi clan in our faction. Being a bit nice to them. 3,000. Luo Jun's faction. Alright, let's get this going. Oh my god, they only have 4 generals. Everyone on the field is what they have. Oh, poor them. They don't have an heir? Okay, anyways. We'll balance out the points. Wow, this is so sad. I mean, we're not gonna get vision oh, he has 2 items. 2 silver items. Wow. She's willing to defect too and get 2 bronze items from her. Am I willing to spend 3,000 for 2 bronze items? Not really. This one's a good one though. This one's good for administrators. And this one's not bad either. Oh, I can see her retinue. Let's steal her. We can afford it, might as well. It's only 2,800, slightly cheaper. Oh, she come with undercover network cost points as well. We can sabotage the army she's in. And we can always extract her later. So we want to poison them. Wouldn't do anything because they'll be healing in their own territory. I think this might be the most impactful. You can just come back. Right, this way they can't replenish this turn. Only she needed replenishment. Okay, not a big deal. We'll be attacking them next turn. I believe she might have enough points to actually turn on them in that fight. I don't know. We'll take a look. 50 and 2. Okay, actually that's not a good ratio. 10 per turn. So she'll be at 34, 35. Maybe not enough, but we'll see. If anything, we can extract her next turn. Alright, so pretty happy with how that turned out. I think the emergency defense we put up here is good enough. And over here, we're just going to be taking that next turn. Let's continue. Oh, Luo Jun wants to just peace out. I want the land first, so that's why we're going to say no. Alright, he didn't attack. That full stack administrator garrison is putting off a lot of people. We upgraded artisan support, refresh 5 more turns. I'm going to side with... Ooh, like both of them. I like both of the traits. We're going to side with the lady here. Alright, so we're going to end our episode here. We're going to come back. We're going to continue to expand, pick up the farmland here, and officially wipe out Lady Gun's faction, or Tao Tian's old faction. We already made everyone abandon her. We have a spy in her army, which we hopefully should be able to flip before the big battle. If not, we'll just recall her, and it'd be a pretty easy battle. And after we wipe them out, we have a secure border pretty much everywhere. I mean, Yan Baihu, sure, but he's a prisoner. You know, we're keeping him here locked in Xingdu. And then elsewhere, we see that He Yi is expanding pretty nicely into Han Empire territory. Hopefully he wipes them out, and then we can just take all of this from him, because we're avoiding going to war with the Han Empire, which is how we're getting this fishing port right now, since it was being held by the Han Empire, but Tao Ying's faction wiped them out. Over here, we're going to bounce between Luo Jun and Liu Bei's territory. Luo Jun will peace out right after. I'm not interested in being the one to wipe him out. Hopefully someone else will. Oh, he has a different stack here. Alright, we don't really care about that. He probably has an army nearby, just ambushed. We're going to take this and then get the peace deal right away. Lots of characters, once again. Some of this were Liu Bei's character who we can't manage. We'll take a look at those at the beginning of next part. So see you guys then. Bye!